Welcome back to Gaming for Grandparents. We are in the third and final episode of the premature burial. If you have not seen video 1 and 2, you may want to watch those first because this is the spoiler video that tells you the ending. If you enjoyed this content, it is free to subscribe. Please subscribe. And also you can hit the bell icon so you're notified of future video releases. And if you leave a like on this video, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching, and let's get into the video. In the last video, we were about to have dialogue with Renelle for the husband that we're suspecting of murder. So let's get back to the game.
Well, if it isn't the little detective duo. I've heard of you both. Don't think I didn't know you'd come for me. Too bad for you that Louise's spirit beat you to it. Louise may think she has won, but I will laugh last. You've not won. Victorine is...
No, Monsieur Foray. What about Victorine? Is she still alive? Renelle was gloating, because he's known all along that Victorine is still alive. Wait, what is that in his hand?
It is half of a medallion for a crypt. I need to find the other half. And we'll take his cane too.
Thank you, my friends. You have proven Renelle's guilt, and I can now rest peacefully. Renelle will no longer be able to prey upon others simply to satisfy his own greed.
We haven't a minute to waste. We must find the remaining piece to the key of Victorine's crypt and find her while there's still a chance she yet lives. It must be somewhere here in the house.
Okay, so let's use this cane to get this piece of paper out of the fireplace, and let's see what he tried to burn. Alright, got a mini puzzle. I've just got to sort things around to open it up. Okay, so for this mini puzzle, it's the entire road that gets moved either up and down or side to side. And once I get through this, then we'll have the letter that Renelle 4 tried to burn. And the easiest way to do this type of a puzzle is try to find your edges. So in this case, the vines on the side are the edges, so I just had to match up the edges with the vines. And then just move things around until I got it correct. So this is her will. I, Victorine, ask you, in the case of my death, not to bury me until death has been absolutely confirmed. Since childhood, I have suffered from attacks of lethargy, and I got a letter L. But I'm also not leaving my wealth to my husband, but leaving it to Julian. Seems to me he should have found that sooner and buried it sooner. But anyway, we're done with that room, I think. We'll do this HOP real quick and see if I can find everything to figure out what piece I'm going to get to move on. Alright, so I used the hint to find the guitar, and it was hiding under there, but we got a nut. So apparently we need a nut for our inventory. Now let's see about opening up some of these safes. I think that the Egyptian painting is the code for this safe. So we found the code on the desk in the other room. So this should give me the hints I need to figure out what the code is for that safe in the floor. I think I got it. We'll see. I think this is the first time I've ever seen the number 10 come up as an option when you're doing a dial type of code. But if I'm right, then this should open, and we found a ring. Awesome. Now let's go into this room and see if this ring will work. Awesome, it works, and we found the other half of the crypt key. So there we have it. Put those two things together and we can glue them together, and now we have the plate that we need. And I think that's all we have in this room, and I think we've found everything in this space. So I think we're ready to go hunt down Victorine. So let's get out of here and make sure that we don't have to go back to any of these scenes for any reason. And, well, we have to do an HOP here. So it appears we need an item before we can move on. So we'll just fast forward through this and see what it gives us. A pipe. Okay, good. Puppy dog should be okay. I don't see anything else here, but I have another HOP. So wow, they're just like, hey, you need this piece before you go find Victorine. So we'll fast forward through this and get the piece that it needs. So we'll wrap this up with using the hint, and we got a wrench. So let's go see about grabbing Julian and then getting to the graveyard to find Victorine.
I do think now would be a good time to check in on poor Julien. Julien, there is a chance that Victorine is still alive. Monsieur Foray triggered her deep sleep condition and proceeded to bury her alive so that he could claim her wealth. We must hurry to the cemetery and find her crypt and hope we are not too late.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both. Yes, I will come with you. Let us go, right now.
We should speak again with the groundskeeper when we arrive.
Alright, now we're off to the cemetery to talk to the groundkeeper again.
Oh, detectives! How goes the investigation?
We've learned that Victorine Lafourcade was buried alive. We have a clue that might help. Have you seen this before?
Where did you get this, detectives? Normally, only the relatives of the deceased are in possession of such keys.
Please, sir. This key is keeping a living woman locked in a place reserved for the dead. You have to help us save her.
The main entrance to the old part of the cemetery was walled over years ago. But there is a way in. It has become overgrown by plants over the years. Find it, and you'll have your way in.
Now, she was just buried 2 days ago, so why would it be overgrown? Well, at least I still have those clippers that I tried to use on the voodoo doll. You'll have to watch part 2 to see that. So now we have what we need to try and bust open these bars by using a piece of vine around the bar and that pipe, and just twisting it until the pipes break, which they did, or the bars break. These restless ghosts are blocking our way. We'll have to find something to appease them. This girl's prized possession was a teddy bear. Perhaps we can find one to bring her soul to peace. And fortunately, I have a hidden object puzzle right here, or an HOP, and hopefully I can find a teddy bear. And what do we get for finding everything? A teddy bear. Awesome. So let's give the little girl a teddy bear on her gravestone, and hopefully that will appease her. It looks like that works, so she's disappeared. And I found a rose and another HOP. So let's do this HOP to see if we're going to get something for the other ghost to appease him so we can keep going to find Victorine. And we got a brush. So let's keep moving forward and seeing what's in this puzzle. Don't know what it needs, so I don't think I have what it needs right now, so we'll just keep going. And click on this gentleman and figure out what he needs. He's kind of chained to his grave there, but a soldier isn't a soldier without his weapon. So we found his sword earlier, so now we've given him his sword back. Two things are important to every soldier: his weapon and his legacy. So let's see if brushing off the gravestone there will actually help with his legacy. And it appears it does. So now he's going to leave and we can move on to the next scene. Alright, so I don't see anything else I can do here. But I just saw a sparkle. What did I miss here? Ah, I needed the shackles. Okay. Don't know what I need those for, but at any rate, let's go on and see what else we can find. I got the Pisces again, and removing the cork fills up that little pond there, and then we have corks in our inventory. Can't really read this. We need to try and see if we can find some paper and crayon or coal or something to do an impression. Look at this, and we found a rose, and we have a sundial and a compass. So we will try and figure out what we need to do as far as that compass is concerned. But I don't know that I have all the pieces yet to be able to do this. We'll have to get back to this. Alright, I'm not finding anything else in this area. So I do see that there's an HOP straight ahead. But let me see what's going on here. Oh, what we wouldn't do for a saw right now. So apparently we're going to have to saw through that bar there to get to that section. What do we have here? Looks like we found an urn. I'm not sure where I'm going to put that yet. Looks like I found a ladder. So let's look. I can't reach it. I need the ladder. Okay, so let me put the ladder there. Let's climb up here to this weather main and see if any of the objects in my inventory will work. Okay, I've got the compass, a place for the compass. Alright, moving parts around, and I got a manhole cover part. Okay, so I don't think I have anything else to do there until I get a saw. I know I have an HOP there. I don't see anything. Oh, wait a minute. We have a rose and a torch. Okay, great. Grab those. And now let's look at the door. I had that letter that I found earlier. There we go. We got the letter in there. Still have 2 more letters to go. So let's go ahead and do this HOP real quick. So we'll just go ahead and get this done out of the way. I've got several things that I've got to move around, but it's fairly straightforward. It's just a case of me finding everything that I need to find and taking advantage of hint so I can find out what else we're gonna get. And we got a piece of coal. So that's great. I just need to find a piece of paper. Back to looking around to see what I've forgotten or missed. I don't see it in this scene, so I'm going to go to this scene and see if I can find it there. Ah, there's my HOP. So let's see what I'm going to end up with on this one. Maybe a piece of paper. So just grabbing everything that I need from the list. It's going pretty smoothly, I think. And I used the hint and got a piece of paper. Awesome. So let's use the paper and the coal on this fence to see what it says. La Moth Croquet, which is Victorine's last name. Looks like I missed a part right here where I should be able to grab this, and it's a puzzle. Do I have all the parts to be able to play this puzzle? I do. It needed the brooch. And the object of this is to get the brooch into the gold puzzle piece, and then the ruby over into the gold puzzle piece. And now we found the letter F, so now we only need 1 more letter. Alright, let's see if we have what we need to do this puzzle. And it looks like we do. So I have to switch these things around until I can get all of the little shapes surrounding them to be the right shape. I don't need a code or anything for this. It will light up when I get it right. So it's just trial and error and pushing the buttons near it till I get it. And I got the letter R. Perfect. Now we can get to the door. So let's figure out this door lock by putting an R in there. And let's move things around till we can get this correct. I had to go back to my notebook to figure out how to spell her name again. I had to put the medallion in place to move the letters around.
Help!
I fear brute strength will not work here, but rest assured, we'll find a way. My friend and I will find a way to get inside the crypt. Julien, please, remain here with Victorine.
Surely, Detective. I will stay here with Victorine. But please, hurry! Don't worry, my dear. I'm here with you. The detectives will save you, dearest. Of that, I am sure. Just be patient a little while longer.
I don't know why that guy sounds like Shaggy to me.
Please, hurry, Monsieur Dupont.
Detectives, wait. There is another door here in the crypt that leads to a tunnel out, but I cannot open it from this side. Take this key and find the other end of the tunnel.
Okay, so we've got a key, but did we ever find the saw? Ah, there's our HOP. I bet we're gonna get the saw from doing that. Okay, once again, we're going to use the hint for the last one, and let's see if it gives us a saw. We did get a hacksaw. Awesome. So let's go underneath these stairs here and cut this bar so we can access that manhole cover. And we have a part that can go on top there, and maybe that'll twist it off. Excellent. Now we're in. So now we have to figure out how to get to the tunnel to get Victorine out. Of course it wouldn't be a Halloween special without a bunch of skulls. Doing my usual, looking around, trying to figure out what I need to do next. So I have to balance out that balance bar. The nut doesn't want to work, so let's see what else can work. That's not... Oh, I did get a lock cover. Okay, good. So I've got that, but I still need to figure out how to balance those. So let's see here. Do I have anything in my inventory? The nut's not going to work. So let's get out of that and see if we can find something else. Still looking. And I decide to try the skull, and what do you know? The skull works. And it opened up the tunnel access. We'll have to crawl through our tailored binary, be damned. But first, let's remove the web. I agree. So I have a torch that I got earlier. There we go. Now I should be able to use the torch to burn the web, and it worked. And let's start crawling through. Well, we found another skull and a rose. And apparently I found all 33 that I needed to find, so now I have a bouquet of flowers. I can hook the shackles up to that. And then I've got to figure out what else is needed to make that work. Crowbars, handles, nuts, bolts, screws, wrenches. So I think that the nut there will work on that, maybe. The lever can't be moved without the handle, so I have to find a handle. Is that the handle? Nope. I gotta find the handle. I don't have it in my inventory, so let me go searching around for the handle. Let's try the other tunnel. That's not the other tunnel. And let's use the crowbar on this debris here. And there we go. We have the handle. Alright, so we can go back into this other room and see about putting this handle on this little winch thing so that we can maybe lift the gate and stop that water so that we can get over to the other side. Alright, so now let me look at this and see how I can stop the flow of the water. I still have the corks from the fish that I looked at a couple of scenes ago. I just have to be able to have a hole that will work for the cork. So let me just keep moving things around until I get that. Alright, nailed it. Put the corks in there, get the water stopped, and we're in good shape. Now when I move that handle, this grate appears, and now we can get across to the crypt, put that key lock cover in there, and then turn that key lock cover, put the key in, and voila.
Finally, you are safe, and the villain Renal has paid for his crimes, and we can be together.
And since Renel was never able to steal my money, we'll be able to live comfortably for the rest of our lives together.
Victorine, my love, I know I am but a poor man, but will you marry me?
Yes, yes, of course I will marry you, Julian.
And there you have it, the conclusion to the Dark Tales, Edgar Allan Poe's The Premature Burial. So when I decided to release this game in a video for Halloween, I knew that I needed to do a little bit more research on Edgar Allan Poe. I found it fascinating that he was alive in the early 1800s, and yet his writing at the time, he basically was the Stephen King of his generation. Because I'm sure that his writing was so out there that it probably made people uncomfortable, much like sometimes Stephen King's books will make you uncomfortable. But Poe was one of the first American authors to ever make money as a career as an author, where he could just focus solely on writing. Poe is also credited for being one of the first writers to do the mystery detective type series in America. And he had a mysterious death when he was in his 40s. They really don't have an answer for what caused his death, and there's a lot of speculation out there about what caused his death. I thought the music was really good in this game, and it basically comes from ERSG Studio, game studio apparently, and I think they did a really good job with the graphics, the animation. The music was not annoying to me, so I enjoyed playing it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. There are other Dark Tales games out there regarding Edgar Allan Poe, so I may play another one of these or a similar type game. If you have not watched part 1 or part 2 of this series, I recommend you go back and watch those, because this video will make more sense if you watch the storyline from the beginning. If you're interested in playing this game or games similar to this, you can always go to bigfishgames.com and find these type of games on that website. That's where I found them. And if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.